Sorry, I'm not going to get...
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a couple minutes, so if we can start to take our seats. And we're going to get the faculty and grads to process in here. So a couple minute call. Thank you.
Back in Boston, we didn't know what to do. So, she says, let's just wait it out.
Please remain standing. We acknowledge and thank the Coast Salish people on whose traditional territory Brentwood College School resides. We express our gratitude to the Malahat and Cowichan nations. We value the opportunity to learn, live, and share educational experiences on this traditional territory. Please remain standing for the singing of our national anthem by this year's Assistant Head Prefect of Arts, Jillian Duda, and she's made a request that we actually all sing the national anthem, not just her. Jillian.
Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all of us command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true north strong and free. From far and wide, O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land glorious and free. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
Please be seated. It's interesting, in 12 years when we've invited the faculty and the grads in, there was actually applause. It was like a death march this morning, too. So we actually need to get the energy up a little bit. So, since this is my last one of these things, and because yeah. And because the chair of the board is here, and she can't really fire, I guess she could fire me, but what the heck. By the way, I don't know if that applause was like, yay, get off the stage, or just... Okay, I'm going to take a selfie here. And then a .5. I don't think my aura would be high enough for that. Okay, so I promised some students I would say that. The adults here have no idea what I'm talking about. So you're welcome to the grade 11s who asked me to do that. Welcome to the big top here on this very West Coast morning on Campbell Common. We gathered today nearly 50 to celebrate the accomplishments of our community and to honor the 100th anniversary of our founding in 1923. Please join me in welcoming some very special guests this morning. Governors, Old Brentonians, parents, family members, and emeritus staff. But in particular, I want to thank the students and staff this year for stacking up an impressive list of accomplishments and for doing and creating a can-do culture on our campus. Both of these things perfectly punctuate the conclusion of Brentwood's first century. For 283 days, that included 3 terms, 32 assemblies, and 28 brunches, we have arrived at the ultimate day, June 14th, 2024, the final day of this school year. The penultimate day, the students know that penultimate is my favorite word, or one of my favorite words, yesterday involved their final assessments, packing up, parties, and an evening when all 8 houses in the intimacy of the family within the Brentwood family their houses, bid farewell to the grade 12s, the group that has led us through this historic year. While we appreciate the tone set by this year's centenary grad class, in typical Brentwood fashion, each student and staff member took responsibility for both themselves and each other, so that our collective power could forge an unbreakable, lifelong bond. At Brentwood, the notion of the individual finding their purpose, being seen for who they are, and learning the ancient art of independence is paired with the humility of being invited to be part of a team, a community, a family, where each of us are in service of others. Navigating this tension between the independent me and the collective we is a skill that will stand the test of time. Here on this campus, it is our daily mantra, seeing, hearing, and embracing the individual, without losing sight of the importance of the collective. It has been the Brentwood way, I would say, for 100 years, and I hope it's the Brentwood way for the next 100 years as well. This afternoon, we bid farewell to the 2024 graduates. This morning, please join me in acknowledging some duty changes for some long-serving staff members and departures of others. Please hold your applause until the end of our list, please. After 19 years in Whittle House, the first 2 as an assistant house parent and the next 17 as house parent, Blake Gage leaves this important role and, fortunately for Brentwood, will remain our Director of Athletics. His impact on thousands of Whittle House Bulls will linger for generations to come. The same goes for Brian Carr, who technically has been on this campus for nearly 60 years, when he arrived as one of 2 young sons of the legendary couple, Tony and Yvonne Carr. Next year, he'll move from 25 years of teaching in the classroom to a role of alumni relations for our increasingly global Old Brentonian network. And before the students and parents begin to fret, both of these amazing people will continue to coach and be involved with our students. Departing after 1 year of service as boarding faculty assistants, or BFAs, are Zoe Cruikshank, Pat Pham, and Braxton Smith, who have rolled up their sleeves to care for, provide guidance to, and engage with our students, and we appreciate their positive impact. Ethan Wills, for 1 year, has been a BFA and sculpture and woodwork teacher. He departs to focus on his teaching and personal artistic practice, and we wish him well. For 2 years, BFAs Cheney Cole and Katie Foreman have given so much to Whittle House and Allard House, respectively. They were also experts in coaching, choreography, and connecting with so many of our students. Cheney moves to an elementary teaching role in the Northwest Territories, while Katie attends UBC Okanagan to complete her teaching certification. They will both be missed. Murren Miller assumed a major role in our Learning Center, while also performing her duties as a BFA for 2 years. Forever the optimist, we are a better school for Murren's presence and service. We are heartened that she will remain close to us as a TOC in the local school district. Amika Pasquale was a Hope House BFA, graphic design teacher, and coach during their 3 years at Brentwood. Amika moves to Vancouver this summer, where they will assume a management position at a local theater, and we thank them for their service. Beginning with our grade 8 program, then moving to the math classroom, coaching, and especially the important role as assistant house parent in Hope House, for 9 years, Mario DeSandeli has embraced the all-in lifestyle of Brentwood. We appreciate his inclusive and fun-loving dad role that he played in the house, and we wish him and his family the very best. As an Old Brentonian from the class of 1993 and the proud parent of Jossie, Katie, and Jackson, Crystal Harvey has served as the Associate Director of Admissions for 9 years. Many of the students underneath this marquee today are here as a direct result of her convincing them to take this leap of faith and join this weird, wacky place known as Brentwood. We wish her well in her next role as head of school at Christ Cathedral School in Victoria. And finally, after 19 years in our communication and marketing department, as well as coaching and teaching arts, Mike Minkler is looking forward to his next adventure in the IT industry in Victoria. He is responsible for the interior wall art in the Foot Center and the spectacular design of our website. Mike will be missed, and we thank him for his service to Brentwood. So please join me in thanking these amazing staff members. Before I invite our next speaker to the podium, I would like to thank the entire Board of Governors for their stewardship, mentorship, and unwavering support of Brentwood. These volunteers, who are mostly old Brentonians and past parents, take full responsibility for all aspects of our school and do so with a calm, measured, and humble strength that permeates every nook on this campus. Our current chair, Karen Peary, Old Brentonian from Alex House 1981, and the coxswain for Brentwood's first girls crew to win a gold medal at the National Rowing Championships, and is the proud parent of two Whittle House alum, Jack in 2020 and Will in 2022. Karen's love for this school is immeasurable, and the kindness she has shown to my family and me is a debt I can never fully repay. To bring greetings from the Board of Governors, please welcome to the podium the Chair of our Board of Governors, Mrs. Karen Peary.
Good morning, everyone. As Mr. Patel says, I'm Karen Peary. I'm the current chair of the board. It's unfortunate that he outed me on my graduating year. But I am a proud alumna of this school and also a very proud parent, past parent. I'm here today for three purposes. I would first like to pass on greetings from the entire Board of Governors. A couple of people are here today with me. For those of you who do not know, the Board of Governors is a very dedicated group of people who deeply understand what makes Brentwood a transformative place. And they are passionately committed to the ongoing success and longevity of this school. A big reason why everyone around that boardroom table understands the Brentwood experience is that it is comprised of 17 people, 15 of whom are old Brentonians. And 7 of those 15 are old Brentonians and past parents. These are people who love and understand Brentwood College and are fiercely protective of what makes it special. We hold our meetings over 2 days, 3 times a year, and always meet here on this amazing campus. We get to know the students, nurture our relationships with faculty and staff, and see the experience of the day-to-day vitality of this school, which we work so hard to keep resourced and flourishing. My second purpose in coming today is to offer congratulations to the graduating class of 2024. Today is huge. You have all worked incredibly hard to get to this point, and you need to take it all in. Be in the moment as much as you can. We know that exciting things are still to come for all of you. But after you've left this beautiful place today, don't forget us. Use Brentwood Connect, follow Brentwood Boarding on Instagram, keep in touch with friends, teachers, coaches, go to your reunions. I hope that sometime in the future, many of you will be back to work or volunteer and help continue the Brentwood legacy. But even if you don't, always know that whenever you need it, the Brentwood family will be there for you. Finally, my third, possibly most important task today is to publicly offer the thanks and gratitude of not only the Board of Governors, but the entire Brentwood community to Mr. Patel. For 100 years, this place has been an outstanding institution. Under the vision, guidance, and leadership of Mr. Patel, the school is transitioned to be ready for the next century. I read recently that a good leader sets the conditions for success of an organization after their departure. Nobody has ever done this better than Mr. Patel. In his quiet, calm, and unassuming way, he made us all better. We are eternally grateful for Mr. Patel's legacy and the 12 years Mr. and Mrs. Patel have given to this school. We will miss them both dearly, but they are forever also part of the Brentwood family. In closing, to the graduating class of 2024, Mr. Patel reminded me of one of my favorite quotes from Maya Angelou, which I pass on to you. Be humble, be teachable, and always keep learning. Good luck, everyone. We are very proud of you. Thank you.
Find my glasses here. Thank you, Mrs. Peary, and the rest of the governors for your rock-solid leadership and guiding hand. You set what we call here at Brentwood the Brentwood standard, and it's very high. I now invite this year's grad president, Joshua Fakulujo, to make a special presentation on behalf of the graduation class. Joshua.
Good morning. At the beginning of the year, the centenary grad class set a goal to establish an endowed bursary fund in our name. This would provide financial assistance to a student each year. Not only have we as a class worked towards achieving this goal, but many parents have also provided support through the annual giving of donations. So first, I'd like to say thank you to everyone who has helped to support our initiatives. We really do appreciate your consistent commitment to a really deserving cause. I'm proud to say that because of our efforts, our grad class was able to raise $15,757, and parent donations are nearing $60,000. All of this means that as of September 2024, every year a student in the school will be able to receive financial assistance from the Class of 2024 fund. Our goal is for the endowed bursary fund to reach $100,000. So parents, if you're feeling generous, this runs throughout the summer. This is our legacy at Brentwood, especially as the centenary grad class, and it is our link to future Brentonians. De manu in manum, from hand to hand. So on behalf of the class of 2024, I would like to present our check to Mr. McPherson. Thank you.
Not sure that fits in your pocket there. No, I didn't think so. Thank you, Joshua, Mr. McPherson, and the 2024 grads, their families, and for ensuring that the future of students and worthy students have access to the Brentwood experience. Your impact will extend through the next 100 years of Brentonians. You will see in the program a highlight summary of the 2023-24 school year, and I encourage you to peruse these incredible accomplishments of our students and our staff. Every story has a start, middle, and end. It usually begins with some detailed character development, followed by moments of triumph or tragedy, and then usually concludes with some sort of emotional crescendo. Whether 100 years or 1 year, the story of Brentwood is an epic adventure that is worth sharing. It is the story of human endeavor, about meeting, engaging, achieving, or failing, and then reflecting. We begin a task, work through the highs and lows, and hope to peak at the conclusion. Our youngest daughter, Antara, who graduated in 2016 from Mackenzie House, loves puzzles, especially over the holidays. So think about a task of completing a puzzle. It starts by opening the box, dumping its contents onto a table, then revel in the painstaking task of turning over each single piece. We first look for the edge pieces and then methodically put it together, usually from the outside in. At times, the process moves slowly, with plenty of breaks, and the progress is more kind of in fits and starts. While at other times we can, when we're in our flow state, enjoy long stretches of consistent focus that results in significant progress. It's like when the once foggy puzzle matrix parts with slow motion clarity, where pieces just seem to fall into place. And where, as we near the end, nerves and anticipation build until the euphoric feeling of accomplishment washes over us with the snap of the last piece. For a few moments, we sit in the glow of our accomplishment. This reflective stage helps us process our slow, steady, and industrious work. Our eldest daughter, Matali, who also graduated from Brentwood in 2016, does the same when she crafts her powerful and cleverly stitched together poetry. It begins with a commitment to start, then the ability to embrace the creative process, which, as we know, can be excruciatingly difficult, and finally a breakthrough that leads to a rapturous conclusion. Throughout the school year, Brentonians repeat, and repeat these experiences all across our campus. In athletics, teams go through a selection process, train for weeks, if not months, in hopes of playing their best at an island, provincial, or national championship. Likewise with our arts program. At the beginning of the year, we hone our artistic skills, work and work and work on our craft for the crescendo of a final competition, performance, presentation, or show. Across 6 academic subject areas, students daily and diligently work through a curriculum that culminates with a summative assessment, like a project, presentation, test, or exam. Similar processes occur in clubs, houses, and events like Brentwood Service Day, Spirit Weeks, international themed dinners, TEDx, weekly assemblies, and this, closing ceremonies. It requires both individual and communal effort that is fueled by careful planning, meticulous preparation, a little bit of perspiration, and the nerve to perform under pressure-packed conditions. Win or lose, the magic of the moment is always superseded by the process. How did we get here? What did we do to get here? The conscientious approach, organizational skills, rehearsals, and even failures are an intentional part of the Brentwood experience. We make you do these things. We want you to do these things. For we know that if you take these lessons with you for the rest of your life, you will be better, and the world will be better too. Because, spoiler alert, you will literally experience thousands of these situations at university, or when searching for employment, or when nurturing important and meaningful relationships. The willingness to begin, the fortitude to endure, and the courage to perform. If we can master this driver of human endeavor, the world will be left in a better place for future generations. As Norman Yarrow proclaimed at the opening of Brentwood College School on September 12, 1923, right here, the leaders of tomorrow will be given their start in life. And to take his comments a little bit further, in 2024, learn to take responsibility, full responsibility, for themselves and their communities. So as we wind down Brentwood's first century, let's take these lessons into the next one. For the torch is now passed from the Centenary 2024 grad class sitting to my right and left here to the first grad class of the next century sitting back there, the grad class of 2025. Incoming head of school, Mr. Garth Chalmers, is fortunate to have you as his first grad class. Brentwood's torch is now yours to embrace, protect, and hold high. De manu in manum. Thank you. It is now my privilege to introduce Brentwood's Centenary Head Prefect, Simrit Sarao, whose parents are sitting in front here today. And I want you to know that I was honored to be her Brentwood dad for 4 years. Like all of our lifers, those who arrived in September 2020, yes, near the start of that bad dream known as COVID-19, Simrit arrived on this campus with plenty of unknowns. Would I find friends? Would I fit in? Would I belong? Would the head of school like me? I'm sure many students sitting here cogitated over the same questions when they first arrived. For Sim, it only took a few moments to realize that she had found her place and her people. From Mackenzie House to the basketball court to the mantle of leadership, she, as philosopher Ken Robinson says, had found her element. Her house parent, Ms. Chung, and her teachers, too, quickly understood that a gem had walked on our campus. For me, it is her instinct to be positive in every moment and with everyone, and this optimism that was captured by her genuine light up the darkest room smile, and you'll see that in a second. As soon as I saw her, I knew great things would come. Over her 4 years with us, she has left an indelible mark that time can never weather away. And for me, that permanent mark is in my heart. Thank you, Sim, for your guidance, poise, and grace over these past 4 years. Please welcome to the podium your Centenary Head Prefect, Simrit Sarao.
Hello, parents, staff, and students. Thank you for being here today. Whether you're from across the world or just down the street, we're so happy that you're able to join us. You might be wondering, who gave the 18-year-old a podium and why? Answer is, it was Mr. Patel over here, and don't worry, because I promise to try to make this worth your while. This year, as you've heard, marks a significant milestone as we celebrate 100 years of Brentwood. A century later, I think it's safe to say that Brentwood has more or less remained the same, a few fancy buildings aside. Now that we're here, the beginning of this year seems so far away. We've laughed together, grown together, and made it through the ups and downs of Brentwood together. We started off this year with orientation and bad jokes about the MT. Our first inter-house event of Eco Challenge put Alex Whittle in first place. Then, Airband rolled around, where those who could dance, danced, and those who couldn't also danced. After a long week of sickness, thanks to a certain house that bleeds blue, it was Snowball, followed by a magician, but no snow. The snow came later, in January, where a snow day led to a field full of snowmen. Third term was kicked off with Brentwood's annual service day, where we learned the importance of philanthropy and connected with nature by pulling weeds from the ground. Then, a few familiar faces came down for regatta to check out all of our favorite entre booths and watch our rowers row. The sunny weather had everyone studying outside for APs this year, but the sun wasn't here to stay. Spikeball persisted in both rain and shine, and final exams wrapped up a century of Brentwood. Of course, we all know about Brentwood's infamous tripartite program. As students, we have the privilege to explore and find our passions through the extensive arts, athletics, and academics programs. Though you can find that on nearly all of Brentwood's advertisements, that's not really what our school is all about. At the heart of Brentwood is its community. I arrived here in Brentwood in 2020 as a shy and nervous 14-year-old, not knowing what to expect. I learned early on why Brentwood's motto is grit and joy. I've also come to realize why they're always said together. You can't really separate the two, because the best memories are made while studying for chem late at night, playing through the toughest of basketball games, and pushing ourselves to take a chance and try something new. Brentwood provided me with the opportunity to take risks, knowing that there would always be someone to catch me if I fell. Year after year, many things have changed for me since grade 9. For starters, I used to be terrified of public speaking. For a long time, it was actually my worst fear. My earlier Mellowish speeches involved a dangerous amount of shaking and stuttering, but I've grown a lot since then. I've been heavily influenced by a community that strives for both excellence and balance. However, year after year, many things have stayed the same too, like how I still cry a little every time I say goodbye to my mom. Change is inevitable, but one thing has remained, and I'm certain will always remain constant through all of this change: my faith in the Brentwood community. The most beautiful part about Brentwood is that everyone here shines their own sort of light. If we think of Brentwood as the night sky, then the students are the stars, and the staff are the gravity that keeps us all in orbit. Whether students shine on the stage, in the classroom, on the sports field, or on all three, Brentwood is always glowing with the talented students it nurtures. I want to extend a heartfelt thank you to all of the staff here at Brentwood for providing us with a safe space to grow and glow. When a star explodes, what occurs is called a supernova, a bright blast of light that leaves the usual glow of the surrounding stars feeling dim in comparison. Last year, we lost a piece of our Brentwood community, and it was a loss that left us speechless. Lily Smith Andrews, who should have been graduating with us today, passed away suddenly due to a brain aneurysm. The campus was left feeling darker than it had ever been before. Lily was a beacon of light in herself. She was an outgoing and optimistic person who cared and is cared for by those who were fortunate enough to know her. And though Lily is not here with us today, Brentwood continues to shine brighter because of her and the impact that she has left on all of us. When Lily passed, we all grieved in our own way, but no one was truly alone. I, along with everyone else, had no idea how we were going to be able to move on from this loss. Typically, following a supernova, there's a gaping black hole left in its wake. But Brentwood always finds a way to inspire me, because rather than falling apart like I thought we would, we instead came together. We supported each other and shared our strength. De manu in manum, hand in hand, we made it through Brentwood's darkest night. Because Brentwood is more than a community, we're a family. Since it is my last time addressing the school, I wanted to pass on some unsolicited advice that you may not care for, but have to listen to anyways. Grade 8s, congratulations, you are now real people. You'll also never have to hear that joke again. Try to enjoy meta while it lasts, because it's really not that bad. Grade 9s, you're no longer the underdogs. Now, you're the junior leaders of the school. Don't ask me what that means. I don't think anyone here knows what that means. Grade 10s, things are getting real. You're no longer juniors, which means you get to keep your phones for an extra 15 minutes each night. This is also probably going to be your most rigorous year, schoolwork-wise, but remember that if you put in the work now, you'll thank yourselves in grade 12. Grade 11s, from pits to prefects, the torch has been passed down to you. You are a motivated, kind, and talented group, and I know you're going to be great prefects. You're moving on to your last year of Brentwood, so make sure to make the most of it. Make memories that'll make funny stories later on. Work hard, but have some fun too. And finally, to my fellow grade 12s. Looks like we made it. This is the beginning of our adult lives. I'm excited for us all to start this new chapter, even if it means I won't see most of you for a long time. However, this isn't goodbye. If we ever do run into each other, I hope we can look back fondly at the people we used to be and feel pride in the people we're becoming. You all hold a special place in my heart, and I'll see you back here in 10 years. Now, I believe some thank yous are due to the people who got me to this stage. Thank you to Ms. Chung, Ms. Naismith, Mr. Robinson, and Ms. Manton for supporting me over these past 4 years and being my Brentwood parents. Your love and kindness have turned this school into a home, and I'm forever grateful. Mr. Patel, I'm so grateful for your mentorship this year. I'll miss our morning meetings, which were really just you giving me life advice. I'm glad I can call you more than just my head of school, because you truly are my best friend. I wish you all the best in retirement, and I'll see you later. Brooke, thank you for keeping me sane. I will miss our breakfast talks so much. Edith, you've been my rock through it all. Thank you for always being there for me and for lifting me up. April, I don't think I could ever put into words how much you mean to me. You are more than my best friend. You are my sister, and you are and will always be my better half. Avik, thank you for always being my #1 supporter. Thank you for all the adventures and the laughs, and I miss you so much today. Nim, even though we don't always get along, you are the best thing that's ever happened to me, and I couldn't imagine my life without you. Dad, you are my biggest inspiration, and I can only hope to be even half the person that you are. Your kind, gentle, and patient self is all I want to be when I grow up. Mom, thank you for your love, your kindness, and your faith in me. Thank you for being my best friend and the brightest light in my life. You and Dad are my everything. Thank you both for working so hard to allow me to experience 4 years at Brentwood. I really hope that I've made you proud. Finally, thank you to all of you, my Brentwood family. I know for certain that these 4 years have been the best of my life because it's so hard to say goodbye. I wish you all the best in your future endeavors. And when we do meet again, I will welcome you with open arms, ready to hear about all of your new adventures. Thank you so much for having me as your head prefect this year. It's truly been an honor.
I don't know about you, I have allergies here. I think it's the cottonwood or something, I'm not sure. Came from Kamloops, I think. Wow. Wow. I think the world's in a pretty good place with Sim out there too and these graduates. So we move on to the awards section of our closing ceremonies. Claire Allen, Deputy Head Academics, should be commended for her integration, guidance, and leadership during her first year at Brentwood. She has successfully navigated the fire hose of Brentwoodisms, like Interhouse, #1 inspection, Uptown, why we offer on arts afternoons, much like musical theater, pottery, and painting, the fine art of rowing. She is now firmly ensconced in our community, and we are so fortunate to have her husband, Wayne, their daughter, Leah, and Mrs. Allen join the Brentwood family. She and Mr. Wardrop should be thanked for continuing to raise the standard of teaching and learning at Brentwood. And in September, when we opened that new building over there, the Center for Innovation and Learning, our academic program will take another step towards our strategic priority of being a leading-edge place of learning. To present Academic and Heads Awards, please welcome Mrs. Claire Allen and Mr. Harold Wardrop. It's just you.
Just me. Well, Sim's not a hard act to follow, is she? Pretty sure I won't make you cry. Good morning. As we celebrate our students' incredible commitment to the arts, athletics, and academics, as well as their citizenship in the classroom and the boarding house, their dedication and hard work have brought personal growth and enriched our entire school. This morning, we recognize their achievements, applaud their creativity, and the excellence that they have displayed throughout the year, the grit and the joy. Thank you to our students for making this centenary year so remarkable. Last week, we acknowledged their accomplishments during our internal awards ceremony. Those names are printed in the back of your program. After the event, unfortunately, we discovered a few had been left out, so I'd like to mention those winners now. For our service awards, Erin Olui Abayomi earned a bronze pin. Kaylee Sarkani and Mia Troy-Negra were both awarded a gold pin. Athletic colors should have been awarded to the following students in grade 11. Sydney Goodall, Hamish Gullison, William Hawkins, Marcus Hogan, Yuto Imai, Soren Lee, Liam Lee, Sophie McLaren, Stella Pollock, and Will Watts. And in grade 12, Caitlin Mint. Consequently, the following grade 11 students also earned triple colors: Hamish Gullison, Pearl Norman Brown, and Stella Pollock. Let's recognize them this morning. Once final marks are entered, we may have more to announce in September or send over the summer if students are not returning to Brentwood. So moving to this morning. For today's subject and heads awards, the students will be called up in groups to await their turn to be recognized for their academic, arts, and athletic achievements. The names of all award winners, including those from the internal ceremony, will be included in the final version of the program, which will be sent electronically. Students, your awards will be presented academically by grade. When your name is called, I'd ask you to come to this side of the stage by Mr. McPherson to await your turn to be presented with your award. After receiving it, you're going to go over to the grade 8 classroom where a group photo will be taken, so please wait till your entire grade group is there and then return to your seat. We're going to begin with the grade 8s. Before handing out the awards, I'd like to ask the grade 8s to stand so we can acknowledge your hard work this year. Grade 8s. I'll call the winners to the stage where Ms. Ramundi, our grade 8 science and math teacher, will present them with their book prize. Then the students will shake hands with Mr. Patel. Please hold your applause till all the students in the grade have been presented with their awards. Would the following grade 8 students please make their way to the side of the stage? Daisy Dryden, Margot Hayes, Teddy James, Alexa Kazoleas, Maya McAfee, Quinton Porter, Connor Thompson, and Charlie Vornal. So the grade 8 class has been an active group, whether it was playing football or spike ball here on Campbell Common, or in the foot center playing video games. Oh, sorry, boys, doing homework. Right, doing homework. Or their tremendous performance of ELF, they threw themselves into everything that Brentwood had to offer. All right, the grade 8 prize winners. Daisy Dryden, French 8. Hold your applause till the end. But Daisy's awesome. Margot Hayes, Math 8. Teddy James, Physical Education 8. Alexa Kazuleas, English 8. Maya McAfee, Science 8. Quinton Porter, Immersion French 8. Connor Thompson, Social Studies 8. And Charlie Vornal, Arts 8. In addition to these subject winners, some students will also see their name in the final program as runner-ups to subject awards. We also offer them our congratulations. For grade 8, Estrella Fay will also find her name there. Thank you, Ms. Ramundi, and I'd like to ask Ms. Curtis, one of our Metamorphosis 9 teachers and a proud Brentwood alumna, to come to assist Mr. Patel and continue with our grade 9 class. So before we bring up the prize winners, again, grade 9s, could you stand? And we will acknowledge the hard work our grade 9s did this year. So if the following grade 9 students could make their way to the stage: Emily Gage, Orion Lefebvre, Liam Malpass, Arnie Marasek, Naomi Marquier, Uchiro Matsuzaki, Nirav Nayak, T. Tamrangna Wasawat, Kiona Williams, and Aisha Yoshizawa. Grade 9 is an exciting time. It's about newness, discovery, growth, and the realization that everyone around you is still older and bigger, and really only regards you as that tiny little bit better than the grade 8s. But this year, our grade 9s had a year filled with grit and joy. Cardboard boats were constructed and promptly sank. Character was built, and perhaps most importantly, memories were made and friendships were forged. Parents should know that children in grade 9 now know how to pitch an idea, persevere, use a drill, write a proper APA citation, and care about each other. Our grade 9 winners: Emily Gage, Immersion French, Math 9. Hold your applause till the end. I know, they're so great, you just can't wait. Orion Lefebvre, Heads Athletic Award. Liam Malpass, Metamorphosis 9. Arnie Marasek, Beginner Mandarin and Heads Athletic Award. Naomi Marquier, French 9. Yuichiro Matsuzaki, Heads Athletic Award. Nurav Nayak, English 9, Spanish 9, and Heads Academic Award. T. Tamrangna Wasawat, Mandarin 10, Math 10, and Metamorphosis 9. Oh, and Heads Academic Award. Sorry, T. Kiona Williams, Heads Athletics Award. And Aisha Yoshizawa, Pre-Calculus 11. That's not an error. Runners-up in our grade 9 class include Fee Akindada, Joe Brazeau, Jamie Ekman, Henry Laxdell, Olivier Mottershead, Suryana Nayak, Mick Tatiyama Mikul, and Ivana Yang. Congratulations to all of our grade 9 winners. I'd now like to call Ms. Miller, a teacher in our Learning Center, to assist with the presentation of our grade 10 awards. Grade 10, please stand. Please congratulate our grade 10s on an amazing year. Would the following grade 10s please make their way to the side of the stage? Ryan Bullerais, Kathleen Brophy, Kang Cho, Ophelia Cholich, Carrington Gillespie, Katie James, Joel Cronus, Ainsley Lamont, William Lee, Jackson Lenarchich, Miranda Meng, Alicia Patworthen, Hugo Samu Rodriguez, Layla Reynolds, and Nimrit Sarau. While they make their way, our grade 10s have discovered that it's a more challenging year than grade 9, but it's not quite the tough academic year waiting for them in grade 11. However, there have been plenty of moments of grit and joy. Grade 10 is the perfect time to figure out those study habits, how to manage their time, and seek help, hopefully, when it's needed. Recently, during the May Extend Days, many grade 10s stepped right out of their comfort zones and tried something a little new. These are the moments that we hope create lasting memories that are still going to be talked about years from now. Grade 10 award winners: Ryan Bullerais, Spanish 10. Kathleen Brophy, English 10 and Heads Arts Award. Kang Cho, Mandarin 11 and Heads Athletic Award. Ophelia Chilochich, French 12. Carrington Gillespie, Design 11. Katie James, Heads Athletics Awards. Joel Cronus, Science 10. Did we miss Ainsley Lamont? Ainsley, are you out there? She's away? Okay. Ainsley also gets a Heads Academic Award. William Lee, Introduction to Business 11 and Heads Academic Award. Jackson Lenarchich, Heads Athletic Award. Miranda Meng, Social Studies 10 and Heads Academic Award. I believe Alicia Patworthen is also away today, but earns a Heads Academic Award. Hugo Samu Rodriguez, Science and Ethics 11. Layla Reynolds, French 10. And Nimrit Sarau, AP Seminar 11. Other grade 10 students will find their names in the runner-up section: Lizzie Alvord, Chloe Dorward, Zane Fipke, Lucas Cazoleas, Mimi Klopfer, Alejandra Marquez Perez, Tolani Sapara, Jake Raidmaker, Mansour Umar Yayev, Kate Watt, and Henry Zimmerman. Congratulations to all of our grade 10 winners. Now I'm going to turn things over to Mr. Wardrop, who will announce the grade 11 and grade 12 winners.
Thank you, Ms. Allen, and thank you, Ms. Miller. Firstly, I'd like to call Ms. Albanati to the stage to assist with the presentation of the grade 11s awards in two groups. Grade 11s, please stand so that we can recognize all of you for all of your efforts this year. Now would the following students please make their way to the side of the stage. Michelle Atagari, Julian Bishop, Jay Doler, Georgia Ekman, Sierra Edstrand, Anjali Gooderson, Abby Kim, Veronica Lamb, Ruby McDougald, Olivia Meneses Plow, Ayana Michaud, Samuel Miller, Luke O'Connor. So grade 11, congratulations on becoming seniors. However, just pulled you in there. However, with this new status, you'll be faced with more challenging courses next year and starting to think about your future beyond high school. Plus, you'll get to enjoy the responsibilities and privileges of being a prefect. Next year is also about stepping up as leaders and finding ways to contribute both to our school and the wider community. We're excited to see how you will rise to the occasion, take up the torch, and lead us into the school's 101st year with energy and dedication. All right, the first group of grade 11 winners we would like to acknowledge today are Michelle Atagari, Life Sciences 11. It's what it says, Michelle. Known to Michelle as AP Bio. Julian Bishop, Heads Athletics Award. Jay Doler, Heads Arts Award. Georgia Ekman, Coding Python 11. Sierra Edstrand, Heads Athletics Award. Angelou Gooderson, Heads Arts Award. Abby Kim, Heads Arts Award. Veronica Lamb, Chemistry 11. Ruby McDougald, Heads Athletics Award. Olivia Meneses Plow, AP Microeconomics 12, Geology 12. Ayana Michaud, beginner Spanish. Samuel Miller, Entrepreneurship 12. Luke O'Connor, AP United States History 12. Congratulations to these grade 11. You need to stay. Ms. Albanese, we have another group. So with the following grade, that's Mr. Patel's fault. With the following grade 11 students, please make their way to the side of the stage. Kevin O, Lilia Parham, Amelia Fisserer, Stella Pollock, Charlie Rawa Knighton, Ruby Satuski, Angel Savannah Gowder, Grace Sisset, Piang Tur Tamrong Nawasawat, Rowan Van Dender, Carolyn Volmer, Matson Waring, Ella Wenhart. So as with other grades, the ranks of our grade 11 class have been bolstered by our exchange students. These students who have joined us for 1 year have been a vibrant part of our community. Their diverse perspectives, enthusiasm, and unique contributions have enriched our experiences and broadened our horizons. We will greatly miss their presence as they return to their home countries, but we are grateful for the lasting friendships and memories they leave behind. Thank you for being a special part of our school. You will always have a place here. Our next group of 11s are Kevin O, doesn't seem not here, receiving Physics 11, Mandarin 12, and Heads Academics Award. Lilia Parham, Heads Arts Award. Emilia Fisserer, Political Studies 12, Heads Academics Award. Okay, deep breath. Stella Pollock, English 11, French 11, AP Comparative Governments and Politics 12, AP Macroeconomics 12, Pre-Calculus 12, Heads Academics Award. Charlie Rawa Knighton, Foundations of Math 12, Heads Academics Award. Ruby Satuski, Comparative Cultures 12. Angel Savannah Gowder, Heads Arts Award. Grace Sisset, Heads Athletics Award. Piang Tur Tamrung Nawasawat, Contemporary Indigenous Studies 12. Rowan Van Dender, AP Research 12. Carolyn Volmer, Spanish 12. Matson Waring, Heads Athletics Award. Ella Wenhart, Heads Athletics Award. And before moving to the grade 12s, we'd like to acknowledge the grade 11 students who were named as a runner-up. Brian Blanco, Lavinia Brutzone, Addison Chadwick, Finn Dahlstrom, Hamish Gullison, Kennedy Peterson, Evan McCaig, Dara Miao, Shinsuke Nakatani, Alexander Piella, Asha Skocking, Laurel Takahashi, Caitlin Tuck, Kyle Ewan. Congratulations to our grade 11s. Thank you, Ms. Albanati. We now recognize our grade 12 award recipients, and I call Mr. Carr to the stage to assist. Grade 12s, could you please stand so we can acknowledge you as a group? Huge round of applause for their leadership and guidance. Now, would the following students please make their way to the side of the stage? Toluwane Aderbebe, Marin Almasi, it's going to be a long time, Yvonne Bailey, Isha Cordy-Stevens, Mila Dryland, Jillian Duta, Joshua Fakuluja, Cleo Fernie, Eric Woe, Peyton Harker, Sophia Hinshaw, Ko Horiguchi, Daniel Jennings, Dhruvi Kataria, Phoebe Killam, Emily Lee, Katie Lenarchich, April Liu, Bern Mabane, Nirva Mejavand. Our centenary class of grade 12 students is truly an impressive group. Over the past years, they've excelled in AP courses, navigated the complexities of post-secondary applications, and spent hours thoughtfully planning their futures. In their spare time, they've been leaders and mentors to younger students, contributed to our community through dining hall and house duties, and represented the school on provincial and national sports stages, and their artistic talents have dazzled us in musical performances and visual arts showcases. So our first group of recipients in grade 12, Tolawani Aderabebe, Calculus 12, Jerry Pennell's Award for Anatomy and Physiology 12, and Heads Academics Award. Marin Almasi, Arthur Privet Prize for English Studies 12, Harrison Company Scholarship for Law 12, Heads Academics Award. Yvonne Bailey, Heads Arts Award. Isha Corti Stevens, Heads Academics Award, Heads Arts Award. Mimi Dryland, Ruth Bull Prize for Literature Studies 12, Heads Academics Award, Heads Arts Award. Jillian Duta, Heads Arts Award. Joshua Fakulujo, AP Psychology 12, Heads Academics Award, Heads Arts Award. And a future in podcasting, I think, with the voice he's got. Cleo Fernie, Heads Arts Award. Eric Woe, Heads Academics Award. Peyton Harker, Heads Arts Award. Sophia Hinshaw, Heads Arts Award. Ko Horiguchi, Hugh Brackenbury Plate. Daniel Jennings, Heads Academics Award, Heads Arts Award. Dhruvi Kataria, Heads Arts Award. Phoebe Killam, Heads Academics Award, Heads Arts Award. Emily Lee, Philosophy, Politics, and Economics 12. That's all one course. Katie Lenarchich, Human Geography 12. April Liu, Heads Academics Award, Heads Arts Award. Bern Mabane, Financial Accounting 12, Heads Academics Award. Nirva Mejavand, Nicholas R.B. Prouse Prize for 20th Century World History 12. Congratulations to this first group of 12. The next group to come to the side of the stage is Karis Merrifield, Caitlin Yent, Milan Pasquale, Anya Prokopchuk, Hannah Reed, Jordan Richards, Claire Rimmer, Eduardo Santoro, Simrit Sarau, Elliot Shepard, Charlie Svensson, Florin Tyrion, Sabine Tom, Suhana Vasani, Patricia Wan, Edith Wong, Ginger Warland, Zhang Yang, and Maggie Zahner. So as educators, our Brentwood faculty truly believes that some of the most profound learning happens and some of the best memories are made outside of the classroom. As Mark Twain once said, never let school interfere with your education. So as far as our grade 12 class looks, as far as our grade 12 class looks toward the next part of their journey, we hope the lessons and memories, these lessons and memories are part of their years here and that they will carry them with them, what they will carry with them. Boy, that was a mess. Our final group of 12s. Karis Merrifield, Physical Geography 12. Caitlin Yent, AP Art History 12, Heads Academics Award. Milan Pasquale, Heads Athletics Award. Anya Prokopchuk, Advanced Topics in Mathematics 12. Hannah Reed, AP Environmental Science 12, Heads Academics Award. Jordan Richards, Heads Arts Award. Claire Rimmer, Heads Academics Award, Heads Arts Award. Eduardo Santoro, Heads Academics Award. Simrit Sarao, Heads Academics Award. Elliot Shepard, AP Computer Science Principles 12, Chemistry 12, Rami Award for Engineering, and Heads Academics Award. Charlie Svensson, Creative Writing 12, Heads Academics Award. Florence Terrian, Social Justice 12. Sabine Tom, Judith Mason Award for AP Studio Art 12. Suhana Varsani, Heads Academics Award. Patricia Wan, Bruce Tate Award for Physics 12. Edith Wong, AP World History 12, Heads Academics Award. Ginger Warland, Heads Athletics Award. Zhang Yang, Heads Arts Award. Maggie Zahner, Heads Arts Award. Students who have not already been mentioned but will appear in the final copy of the program as a runner-up are Lauren Capern, Anna Davidson, Amy Doan, Felix Dorward, Tedra Gunn, Aisha Lees, Taylor Stewart, Mason Weatherford. Thank you, Mr. Carr. I'm going to go a little off script here, I'm sorry. One of the pleasures I have is working with this amazing faculty. They truly are a dedicated bunch, and the death march that came in at the beginning, I don't feel did injustice. So could they please stand and we can give them a little bit of a round of applause. Please stand. I now call Mr. Sullivan to the stage to begin presenting the major awards.
In keeping with that theme, just want to acknowledge talking to Mr. Carr at the grade 12 barbecue the other night. He turned to me and said, I think I just taught my last class. And then he just said, yeah, I guess that's it. Just walked out. Well, I guess that's it, Brian. Thank you. And now, as they say, we get to start handing out some of the big hardware here. So congratulations to all those grade 12 winners. We're going to start with our grade 9 major awards. So when you hear your name called, please make your way to the stage to get your presentation from Mr. Patel and Mr. Rodriguez. First off, the Hogan Memorial Shield is for a grade 9 student with unquestionable citizenship and leadership quality, couched with a positive personality. The runner-up for this award is Jamie Ekman. The winner is T. Tamran Nawanasat. Mr. Snow spoke about T. He says that T committed himself to making the most of his Brentwood experience as soon as he stepped on campus. Building on his accomplishments from last year, he threw himself into his academic studies, earning 100% on his recent reports. He also dedicated himself to basketball, tennis, and rowing. He's a kind, inclusive, cooperative, and always cheerful gentleman. T helps to set the Brentwood standard. Thank you, T. The Davis Trophy is awarded to the grade 9 student whose impressive academic effort is complemented by a strong co-curricular contribution. Many in our grade 9 class were showing up as dedicated tripartite students this year. The runner-up is Sunny Nyack, and the winner is Joe Brazo. As Joe makes his way to the stage, I have to acknowledge that I truncated his house parents' write-up on him and shortened it up a little bit. Joe is willing to reach beyond his comfort zone, such as in the recent foot games, and Mr. Neufeld says if they win Interhouse, it will be because of Joe and his participation in the 1,500 meters. He's beloved by all his mates in Privet House in all grades, and his mellowist speeches will be remembered for a long time to come. Thank you, Joe. Moving on now to grade 10, the Brentwood Trophy is awarded to a grade 10 student who demonstrates an outstanding degree of selflessness, indicated by a strong desire to serve the community and the school as a whole. The runner-up for this award this year was Kate Watt. The winner of this award, very deservingly, Layla Reynolds. Layla's house parent says that she is just an incredibly rock-solid individual who always has a smile on her face. She's kind and sweet and always helpful around the house. I'll make some other stuff up as she's making her way to the stage. She's awesome. Thank you, Layla. Congratulations, Layla. The Mackenzie Award honors the superior academic of the junior school. Unfortunately, this year's winner is not here. Mr. Patel, who never won an award for academics, will accept on her behalf. The winner is Alicia Patwarden. Yeah, so I'll talk about that. There's no average here. You don't get to keep it either. Next, we're going to move on to our grade 11 winners. The Eaton Family Award is for grade 11 students who show integrity, initiative, and appreciation for the opportunities provided by the Brentwood College Tripartite Program. This is a pretty awesome award, and so many incredible grade 11s to choose from. The runners-up for this award this year were Stella Pollock and Miguel Britton Fontes. We have co-winners of this award this year, in Ella Wenhart and Matson Waring. Ella has a competitive fire that's been seen on the tennis court, the volleyball court. Her energy and drive can be seen through her athletic, academics, but also she has this amazing artistic flair as well on the stage. Matson is an organized, responsible, and well-rounded leader who consistently helps others and exemplifies the values of Privet House through his kindness, reliability, and dedication. It is easy to tell the love he has for Privet House and the love the house has for him, as said by his house parent, Mr. Neufeld. All right, we're making a dent in the hardware, and we're moving on now to our grade 12 winners. First up, the Michael Apatowitz Award is for the graduate who carries a courageous spirit of adventure and strong self-belief through a wide range of interests. This year's runner-up is Tyson Ng. The co-winners are Elias Fipke and Lavina Franken. Another privet boy. According to Mr. Neufeld, Elias has never said a negative word about anyone. Is that really true? We'll see. He's hardworking, understanding, and unfailingly compassionate. Elias truly embodies privet, and we wouldn't have won Inner-House Eco Challenge 4 years ago without his fire building skills. House parents can't remember last week, but they can remember 4 years ago the fire building skills. It's amazing. Lavina, she's strong and determined. When she sets her mind on something, there's little that will stop her from achieving it. Whether it be on the rugby pitch, in her academics, or on the stage as a dancer, she's a well-rounded individual with fierce level of determination. She's not only physically strong, but also has a strong sense of character. Congratulations, you two. Moving along to the Kathleen Bryan Memorial Award. This is for the graduate who, in response to Brentwood, ultimately demonstrates that close, meaningful relationships, something Sim spoke about earlier, form the basis for personal growth and development. The runner-up for this award this year is Norbert Marisek. The winner is April Liu. With a sweet smile and kind heart, April was always keen to lend a hand, whether it was helping create a shared meal for the Mackenzie folks, find frog memes to go on our weekly house meeting notes, or volunteer to tutor students from all grades in the various subjects. She was always willing to help and give back to the community. The garden oasis she created on her windowsill apparently will be sorely missed by Miss Chung. Thank you, April. The George Killey Award is for the graduate whose aesthetic sensibility inspires others. The runner-up is Zheng Yang. Our co-winners are Claire Rimmer and Phoebe Killam. Claire's house parent describes her as rambunctious sunshine. Woo! She has filled Hope House for 4 years with laughter, sarcasm, I can attest, spontaneous dancing, and fun. Phoebe, a triple threat with a heart of gold, determined to succeed academically, motivated to improve on the field hockey pitch, and graceful and exquisite on the stage. Phoebe was a star in more ways than one. Her kind soul and genuine love for others was evident consistently in the house and even more prominent when we traveled to East Watini together. It's Ms. Chung's words. Congratulations, you two. Moving on to the Ken Career Memorial Award is for the graduate whose aesthetically athletic endeavors inspire others. We have co-winners this year, Kennedy Hoy and Nathan Carter. Kennedy's a lifer at Brentwood. She's grown tremendously in her confidence from being captain on the volleyball court, also to house captain this year for Mackenzie House. Her leadership was greatly appreciated and recognized by those all around her. Nathan, also a lifer, has taken part in all that Brentwood has had to offer, on the rugby field, on the water, on the stage, and in the classroom. He gives his all to everything he attempts, often to the point of injury. True story. Nathan has been a role model for Rogers House with his positive, easygoing attitude and commitment to success. He's a true gentleman who no doubt will continue to build on his successes. Congratulations, you two. Next up is the Callan Family Award. Is awarded to a graduate who is a loyal, enthusiastic, buoyant citizen, caring for the community and keen to do well academically, athletically, and artistically. This year we have co-winners, and if you remember our assemblies, Mr. Patel and Sim greet each other and they hug, and people go, "Oh." I never say that. But in this case, I think people might say the same thing. Our winners, Jacob Bludoff and Tatum Lougheed. Aww. Jacob is house captain of Ellis House. Mr. Whisper describes Jacob to be the first of a new generation of his family coming through the school. Undeniably, he has set the bar high. He leads in the best way. He's caring, thoughtful, and when a job needs doing, he gets it done. No hoopla or fanfare involved. Tatum is house captain of Hope House. Ms. Hedquist describes Tatum in the following way. Tatum lives like she plays rugby. 100% commitment all the time. She's a team player who leads by example, always one step ahead. Tatum pretty much ran Hope House this year, true story, and I pretty much just did what she told me to do. Ms. Hedquist giving away her secrets. Thank you very much, you two, and congratulations. Now, moving on to the next section of awards, I'm going to call on Mrs. Claire Allen to come to the stage and give out the last of our grade 12 awards. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Sullivan. Okay, the last of the big hardware. I need my glasses. The Bruce M. Hicks Public Service Award is given to a student who, through his or her action, has done the most, and I quote the Canadian Charter of Rights, to ameliorate the conditions of disadvantaged individuals or groups. This year's winner is Isha Corty Stevens. According to Ms. Chung, on the stage, on the soccer pitch, or in the classroom, Isha left her mark in a number of locations. Her talent was showcased in a number of venues as she shared her magical voice, and her passion and determination to make a difference in the greater community took her and her partner all the way to Ottawa and the House of Commons. With her determined and motivated nature, she will be a name that we will see in the future, maybe with PM before it. The Peyton Trophy, awarded to an outstanding citizen in recognition of a strong contribution to both athletics and arts, goes this year to Milan Pasquale. Milan embodies what it means to be a tripartite student, as he balanced a strong academic performance with an extraordinarily busy co-curricular schedule. He was a leader in our robotics and theater production teams and one of the best basketball players in the province, who will continue his playing career next year at UNBC. Congratulations, Milan. The Powell Cup. The Powell Cup recognizes a graduate with an outstanding degree of selflessness, indicated by a strong desire to serve the community and the school as a whole. Mimi Dryland is this year's runner-up, and the cup is awarded to co-winners, Chloe Baker and Jonathan Wong. As Omni Captain, Chloe has been a dedicated advocate, and as a collaborative leader, she's led and supported various initiatives. In her spare time, she volunteers at pet clinics and care homes and promotes advocacy through her art. Her support and care for others around her will be greatly missed on the Brentwood campus. Jonathan is a thoughtful academic respected by his peers and always willing to help others in class, in the house, and in the school, so it makes sense he gravitated towards Student Activities Council, where he helped Ms. Ramsey keep the school entertained. In Rogers House, he'll be remembered for his kindness, cooperation, and the many cities he sculpted from clay. I need to go to Rogers House and see that. Mr. Snow notes that Jonathan is a gentleman in the true sense of the word. Congratulations, Jonathan. And Chloe. The Brentonian Shield is awarded to a graduate who has encouraged a love of scholarship through either personal attitude and achievement or assistance to others. It's no surprise to our graduating class that this year's winner is Daniel Jennings. Apparently, Daniel arrived in grade 9 a man possessed. He's always kept his goals clear in his mind and worked tirelessly to achieve them. He's a fearsome debater, an articulate writer, an outstanding performer, and a kind and loyal friend to all. Ms. Walensky will miss more than anything the late-night chats while he was busy not completing his Mandarin homework. Congratulations, Daniel. The Andrea Pennells Cup is given to a graduate who exemplifies empathy, compassion, and optimism as a global citizen, steward, and leader of integrity. This year's co-winners are Joshua Facalujo and Sophie Scott. As Ms. Walensky noted, it's hard to believe Joshua has only been here for a year and a half, as he's become a valued member of Privet House and the Brentwood community. While best known for being, again I quote Ms. Walensky, an absolute academic weapon, he stands out for his ability to step up when things need to be done. Joshua embodies the leader who is hardly known, someone who acts with humility, intentionality, and a keen sense of doing things right the first time. Sophie worked tirelessly this year as the beat captain. The calm, logical, and thoughtful manner in which she approached this role was very impressive. Mrs. Warner shares that in Alex's house she was loved by all, and her authenticity shone through in everything she did. She always made time for her peers, particularly when they needed advice or support, and no problem or challenge was seemingly ever too large for Sophie. Congratulations, Sophie and Joshua. The Mary Brooks Law Award recognizes a graduate who shows promise, strength of character, and personality. This year's award is shared by co-winners Byrne Mabane and Eliza Phillips. According to his house parents, Byrne understands the meaning of service to others and carries it out with grace, compassion, and empathy. A scholar, athlete, and artist, there seems to be nothing this young man cannot accomplish when he sets his mind to it. Ms. Ramsey would like me to remind him that it is difficult to stay seated when you were meant to fly. With quiet confidence, Eliza's selfless leadership is visible within and outside of the house. She has supported her peers with consistency, seeking opportunities for feedback for ongoing growth. She speaks her mind and also shares the voices of the greater group, fostering representation for all and empowering others to lead. Congratulations, Eliza and Byrne. Moving on, the Holmes Cup. This is awarded to a graduate whose outstanding citizenship exemplifies care for the school and the wider community. This year's winner is our Be Well captain, Sonia Khan. With a warm smile and open arms, Sonia has not only embraced her Brentwood family with care, but extended her reach into the local community. Through Be Well initiatives, she has fostered new relationships and strengthened those already in existence. Her calm demeanor, collegial work ethic, and selfless leadership are evidenced in her weekly addresses at Assembly and the hundreds of hours she spent encouraging all of us to be well. Congratulations, Sonia. The Bouchard Trophy, also known as the Ducks, which nobody has explained to me, I don't understand the two names, is awarded to the senior school's leading academic student. Mr. Rodriguez tells me that this, in his very long and detailed memory, has never happened before, but we have a tie. To the second decimal place. Right? This year's co-winners are Tolawani Adara Babe and Edith Wong. Amazing, to the second decimal place. As house captain in Alexandra House, Tolawani has always put the needs of others before herself. Whether in the house or the classroom, her drive and determination were unmatched, and her ability to get the job done and get it done well was impressive. Academics aside, she's a loyal friend with a strong moral compass. Mrs. Warner shared that Tolawani understands the importance of forming close, meaningful relationships, and the positive impact she has had on students and staff will be long-lasting. An inspirational academic, equally fun and serious, Edith's drive to achieve the highest results is unwavering. Her house parents have found her on several occasions asleep with books and laptops in bed, the kind of image one would find captioned, "hitting the books" or "no days off." I would like to thank Edith for her work with me this year as Assistant Prefect for Academics. Both our weekly meetings and our casual chats helped me understand and navigate the landscape of academics at Brentwood. I couldn't have had a better guide. Thank you, Edith. Congratulations to Tolawani and Edith. The T. Gill Bunch Cup recognizes a graduate who displays, in addition to scholastic and artistic excellence, stability and strength of character, together with a willingness to serve. It should come as no surprise that this year's winner is Jillian Duta. Many things about Jillian are impressive, but one of the most impressive is her deep commitment to improvement and excellence on the stage and in the classroom. She is described as mature and humble enough to ask for feedback, yet driven and determined enough to carefully consider and then act upon that feedback. Mrs. Hedquist describes her as gracious, kind, optimistic, and an insightful force of nature. Congratulations, Jillian. The Yarrow Shield, which is heavy, is awarded to a graduate who displays, in addition to scholastic and athletic excellence, stability and strength of character, together with a willingness to serve. This year's co-winners are Katie Lenarchich and Florence Terrian. From the moment she started at Brentwood and moved into Hope House in grade 9, Florence has been all in. She's been, every year she's been here, the clear winner of Hope's Service and Citizenship Award. A leader in the classroom, on the water, and in her house, she is described by her house parent, Mrs. Hedquist, as grace personified. Simply by being herself, Florence has impacted Brentwood in the most positive way possible. Confident and charismatic, Katie's presence was always felt around the campus. From the volleyball courts to the soccer pitch to the stage for weekly assemblies, she was a wonderful role model as the assistant head prefect for athletics. Her competitive and inclusive nature supported those around her and brought more energy and drive to the athletic side of the school. Her house parent, Ms. Chung, reflects that her bright smile and inviting personality were always brightening up Mackenzie House. Congratulations, Florence and Katie. And the last one, the William T. Ross Trophy, formerly the Appleton Trophy. is awarded to a graduate who displays outstanding leadership, stability, and strength of character with a willingness to serve. This year's winner, our head prefect, Simrit Sarao. Well-spoken, consistent, thoughtful, and kind, Simrit led the student body this year with grace and poise. As head prefect, each week she shared a little nugget of knowledge, kindness, or humor with the school and remained positive even during the dark days of term 2. She is a determined young woman who sets her goals and finds a way to achieve them. Her endlessly positive attitude, warm heart, and calming presence have left a mark on our community and will be felt long after she leaves the Brentwood campus. Congratulations, Sim.
Mrs. Allen didn't read out the averages for these. You don't want to hear them. You don't want to hear them. It's make us feel all inferior. Well, not me, but you, most of the people here, so. The 2024 valedictorian is selected by the graduating class through nominations, in-person speeches, and a poll of the grad class. This year, the honor goes to a lifer whose leadership in all aspects of school endeavor is worthy of the highest praise. Since grade 9, Florence has created a gravitational force of goodness, inclusiveness, and competitiveness. Just asked to see the calluses on her hand from rowing. Like the other 62 lifers, Florence arrived in the first year of our non-vaccinated COVID year and fought like heck to make the most of everything Brentwood has to offer. If we're honest, it was a difficult year that was full of restrictions, cohorts, 6-foot spaced dots in Crooks Hall, virtual assemblies, masks, and the infamous Camp Brentwood. However, rather than feel sorry for herself, Florence was appreciative and grateful and managed to push back the toxic feeling of entitlement. Flo, I will miss our frequent chats, and I'm thankful we had 4 years together. Please welcome to the podium the 2024 Centenary Valedictorian, Florence Tyrion.
Hi, everyone. Okay. You always feel the pressure of making a statement with these sort of speeches, one that will be talked about, remembered, and replayed the most on the YouTube live stream in the grand scheme of valedictorian speeches. But believe me when I say that this graduating class needs no exaggeration to tell the history-making story that we are, beginning with the fact that most of us met face covered in medical masks. So, does the high school glow up really count if no one saw it? We'll never know. I mean, I've rarely met a group of high schoolers who have survived a pandemic and an epidemic of lice, or get a perfect 100 in anything. But if any of you know what an extending high is, it's basically the same thing. But does being the 100th graduating class of Brentwood count? It is the understatement of the century to say that this class has made it through quite a journey to be sitting before you today. The rise of COVID-19 gave those who began in grade 8 the magic of online school and Mr. Wismer's online workout classes that came with it. So if you want to know where our varsity athletes come from, look no further. And let our grade 9 year be the first to put the rumors to rest that Brentwood is a modern-day Hogwarts. Just because we emerged from the 4 corners of the globe into the magic realm of in-person school, sorted into houses via collectible bracelets, bonded in the wild in something called Adventure Week, and immersed ourselves in lesson plans that often consisted of wood, tape, rope, and cardboard, we're no Harry Potters, are we? I mean, it's not like we compete to the death between our houses for honor and bragging rights. That'd be crazy. Our grade 10 year saw the doubling of our class numbers and doubling in COVID cases. That year, we gained a new academic building, You might have heard of it, called Deer Lodge. And just when life was returning to normal in the Brentwood universe, our beloved Ross building came crashing down, and the Center for Innovation and Learning began. Rolls right off the tongue, I know. In grade 11, we watched the fruits of this project grow as we began training to represent the centenary graduating class of Brentwood, in which grade 12 was spent fulfilling those expectations and requirements. It's been quite the journey, with ups and downs, including in the length of our school socks. But don't feel sorry for us, because I believe that this journey is not only a testament to the extraordinary resilience of our graduating class, but also in how this journey only enhanced the things at Brentwood worth staying for. Because above the feelings of homesickness, illness, and struggle, we also felt the joy of eating every meal with our best friends, found the love in a family within our distinct houses, and now know how bittersweet it is that we found each other at Brentwood from all four corners of the world, spent a blip of our lives together, never a second apart, only to part paths once again and resume our diverse walks of life. And if I'm wrong, I mean, you braved it all the way to graduation, so I guess the pressures of choosing to be didn't scare you too much. As we reflect on what Brentwood experience means to us, I want to thank parts of the experience that kept me here. To my dearest Hope House, my Hope House that is loud and chaotic and so full of laughter and love. Thank you for accepting me as I am and teaching me all that I am not. Living with 60 other sisters sounds a little crazy to the outside world, but I cherish it deeply and hold you all very close to my heart. Add 60 other brothers on top of that, and the family reunions get a little bit loud. But all my gratitude to the Rams of Privet House as well. Thank you, Ms. Hedquist and Mr. DeSandely, the spirit and hearts of hope. It's been an honor to be guided, loved, and scolded by you too. And I will carry your lessons with me wherever I go. Possibly the most important lesson I learned was when Ms. Hedquist taught me that kicking soccer balls around $200 picture frames was not my brightest idea. Mom and Dad, my twin pillars, my lighthouses, and my mirror balls that reflect light and love wherever they go, thank you. Every bit of praise, success, and acknowledgement at this school cannot go without credit to the two extraordinary human beings I learned it from, and their wallets. Very little people would move across the continent for me to be here, and even if you did it in an attempt to move further away from your most problem child, I couldn't thank you enough. And thank you, Raph and Sam, my baby siblings, who had to start a whole new life for me. You are my world, and I do it all for you. And as if I don't already talk about rowing enough, I could not walk off the stage without giving my utmost thank you to the program and the people within it. They say the home is the people, not the place. And I can confidently agree, especially since we had no place. Our boathouse was a hole in the ground. Yet, it has given me a home, a community, and what others might consider a cult that has seen me at my best and stuck by me through my worst. I mean, for sure, it wasn't all sunshine and rainbows. I got tired, a lot, but I never got tired of it. Mr. Calder, Miss Manton, Mr. Carr, it has been an honor to be mentored and guided by you. To Jed, the senior women, and my Brentwood rowing family, thank you. It was an honor to fight, laugh, and love through this sport together and create a family in the process. Although the job is finished, it will never be forgotten, and I do look forward to that alumni alert on briancarr.row. Everyone go follow it, look out for me there. And of course, I'm not the first and certainly not the last to have my piece of farewell to our wonderful Mr. Patel. Many have tried to induce some tears out of the heartless man with heartfelt speeches about his time here at Brentwood. A commendable effort, but I'd like people to understand how hard it is to imagine Brentwood without him. Who will we eat with in the cafeteria, if not Mr. Patel? Who will show up at our every twist and turn, every game, every class, to assert their dominance and take a selfie? Who will bask over us every Thursday assembly to impart their words of wisdom about ChatGPT, their 100% grade in calculus, and their undying love for us and a certain K9 named PJ? Those questions will soon be answered, even though deep down, I have dreaded its arrival. Thank you for your service, love, and dedication to Brentwood, Mr. Patel. And on behalf of our guests, staff, students, and graduating class, we wish you all the best. You graduate with us today, and you will be missed. I spoke at the beginning of my speech about the statement that is our graduating class of 2024. The statement we made surviving a pandemic at Brentwood, the statement we currently make as the centenary graduating class, and of course, the statement of self-control, as we calmly watched Elsa's glass castle being built from the ground up, one that we will never live a day in as students of this school. But as I impart my final words to a graduating class I love so dearly, I say, don't stop making statements. This afternoon, Brentwood will release us out of the confines of sign-in times, one-day weekends, and Saturday night prep to show the world what we have learned. Stand up for your causes, lend a helping hand to them, set an example, a standard, an expectation. Take up space in the room, make space for others too as well. Take risks, make mistakes, learn from them, grow from them. Use the lessons to make a difference in your community, an impact, big or small, as I know you are all able to do. Do it 100 times over again, not just for the 100 years of Brentwood greatness we come from, but the 100 more statements we will make after that. Make sure to keep that top button done and your $1 million smiles wide. I can't wait to see what the future has in store for us. Thank you.
Florence is okay. She's okay. The final trophy given out, as always, is the Interhouse Trophy. So I asked Mr. Sullivan to come reveal the winners, and I think it's house captains and athletic captains that come up.
Some would say this is the most important trophy of the day. At this time, I call on my trusty companion, Mrs. Ramsey, to come up and whisper the secret standings in my ear. I don't know who is in the lead. I haven't paid any attention at any of the assemblies, and generally. Wow, that's a big surprise, actually. So I will start with, in fourth place, at 257 points, Whittle Alex. In third place, so close, with 261 points, Rogers Allard. Which really means there's only two left. Separated by a meager, a couple points. I think 15 points, if my math is carry the one. Okay. Our inter-house champions for 2023-2024, Mackenzie Ellis.
Clearly, it doesn't mean a lot to the students, that in-house trophy, so. We are now at the time of the ceremony where the final torch is passed from this year's Student Executive Committee to the 2024-25 one, the first year of the next century at Brentwood. So I invite this year's SEC to join me on stage. So if you could join me on stage, please, with your Passover torch. As they make their way to the stage, on behalf of all of us, I would like to thank this year's appointed leaders for their leadership and positivity. Mrs. Allen, Mr. Sullivan, and I are so grateful to work alongside such an inspirational group of young people. You can see they've come bearing gifts and Passovers to the next group. As our student body knows, we expect Brentwood leaders to be the following. We call it the Brentwood 8. To be humble, be authentic, be balanced, optimistic, team players, servant leaders, resilient, and engaged. This year's SEC fully embraced these attributes, and I'm confident that next year's will do the same. So as tradition dictates, one of the final acts of our closing ceremonies is the announcement of next year's Student Executive Committee that is made up of head prefect, 3 assistant head prefects for academics, arts, and athletics, and 8 house captains from all 8 residences. There are also 5 ex officio members: Brentwood Environmental Action Team, or the BEAT, Student Activities Committee, SAC, Be Well, Graduation Committee, and Open-Minded Non-Discriminatory Individuals, or OMNI. Beginning in April, we invited grade 11s to apply for leadership roles. Once endorsed by their house parents, the students and faculty were polled. Senior leaders, including house parents, reviewed the data, and recommendations were made to the head's office. This year, we have a record number of applicants, particularly for the SEC executive positions of head prefect and assistant head prefects. In fact, 12 for the head prefect role. Having reviewed each application, I was thoroughly impressed by the quality of applicants and, most importantly, their explanation of why they put their hands up to lead. To a person, whether they are appointed or not, their focus and the focus of the 2025 grad class is to serve their community, their family, and their school. What a mature and inspiring group of young people lead us into the next century. Di Manu in Manum. Before I invite next year's SEC to come to the stage to embrace their opposite number, a few reminders as we end this ceremony. All major award winners and SEC members, that's this year's SEC and next year's SEC. So the major award winners are the ones that Mrs. Allen and Mr. Sullivan read out at the end with the trophies, are to meet outside of the Arts Center for a picture, a historical picture for the yearbook and Brentwood's history as well. So please do so after this ceremony concludes. Lunch for all graduates and their families will be served in Crooks Hall. For the rest of the school, so grade 8 to 11 and their parents, lunch will be served at the Foot Center. This afternoon's graduation ceremony begins promptly at 1:15. So parents and guests, please be seated at no later than 1:10. Graduates, please meet in the basement of Crooks Hall at 12:45, so you can don your caps and gowns. At this time, I'm honored to announce next year's SEC members. We'll start with our clubs. Next year's captain of Omni is Ayana Michaud. So after you embrace here, please then just make your way back to your seat, please. The beat captain for next year is Ruby Satuski. That's good, Ruby. Keep moving. The grad president for next year is Yuto Imai. You can sit there. You can sit there. The Be Well captain for next year is Addison Chadwick. The SAC captain for next year is Tegan Kyle. And now the house captains for each house in alphabetical order by house. The Alexandra house captain for next year is Sloan Stanton. The Allard house captain for next year is Basma Jama. Again, they don't seem to be enthusiastic about this part of the ceremony. The Ellis House captain for next year is Soren Lee. The Hope House captain for next year is Rowan Van Dender. For Mackenzie House, the house captain for next year is Sophie Hawken. I think Sophie's happy. The Privet House captain. The Privet House captain for next year is Peter Dryden. Rogers House captain, Hamish Gullison. And the last house captain, the Whittle House captain for next year is Brian Blanco. If I could ask the club captains and house captains just to make your way back to your seats, please. So now we're down to the 4 SEC executive roles. The assistant head prefect for athletics for next year is Ruby McDougall. The assistant head prefect for arts is Isaac Kuntz. And the assistant head prefect for academics for next year is Stella Pollack. And finally, to lead us into the next 100 years of Brentwood's history, your head prefect for 2024-25 is Matson Waring. Congratulations to all of those appointed leaders. As we wrap up this morning's ceremony, just another reminder, all of the major award winners, SEC from this year and next year, please meet outside of the Arts Center, please, for a picture. Before I leave the stage for the final time, on behalf of Wendy, our two daughters, Matali Mackhouse 2016 and Antera Mackenzie House 2018, let me express my most heartfelt thanks and eternal gratitude to you, the Brentwood College School family. There are no adjectives that can fully capture the appreciation we feel. For 12 years, or a fifth of my life, as part of my shtick on this campus, or using a more contemporary term that the youngsters can understand, my brand, I have played the unaffectionate, dispassionate, and grumpy ogre who lacked emotion and had no heart. My natural scowl and furrowed brow was often referred to as my resting bud face. Over these years, there were the odd breakthroughs, like in 2015 when my sister suddenly passed away, or when the world shut down during the COVID-19 pandemic in March of 2020, when for a brief moment I was unsure that we could ever return to the Brentwood way. Or when in May 2021, after doing box jump burpees with my morning workout crew, known affectionately as the Wolf Pack, I suffered an exercise-induced heart attack that required the intervention of our eldest daughter, Matali, an overly dramatic ambulance ride to Victoria, and 4 stents. A quick side story, the senior management team gathered to, go into succession planning mode. And what was interesting about that meeting, it was in the head's office, and and they looked around and said, "Who's going to cover Bud's duties?" And they basically said, "What does he do?" And the meeting was adjourned, and they just carried on. Don't hold that against me, Karen. Or when, as it was referred to earlier by Simret, on October 1st, 2022, our community endured an unhealable wound. When news of the tragic passing of grade 11 student Lily Smith Andrews as a result of a brain aneurysm created a cloud of grief that descended on our campus. She was, is, and always will be very much part of this centenary grad class sitting here today. During each of these significant moments of adversity, Brentwood's true character was revealed. In the most challenging and emotionally fueled circumstances, there was never blame nor shame, and instead, only a closer connection with the Brentwood family lifting each other up by standing shoulder to shoulder to shoulder and using the most powerful weapon in the human arsenal, love. Unconditional and unabashed and fully vulnerable love. You see, I'm sure that was the way it was in 1923 when there were 60 students and 6 staff members 100 years ago. And I'm sure it will be firmly in place 100 years from now. Today, on June 14th, 2024, we have a closer connection. And I know that the Brentwood family will continue to lift each other up by standing shoulder to shoulder and embrace the love that washes through every corner of this campus. For me, this strange, tingly feeling that I have right now, I can only assume, is this newly discovered feeling of love. It's a lesson, a Brentwood lesson, that I will take with me for the rest of my life. So as I sign off for the final time as Brentwood's 9th head of school, please know that serving this remarkable school and this community and this family has been a great honor and privilege of my life. During these past 12 years, I tried to do my best. Allergies. And I hope I didn't let you down. Brentwood will always be with me. And I will always be with Brentwood. As head of school, I officially declare the close of the 23-24 school year. Thank you. Okay. Now go have a great summer. Get out of here. We're done. Thank you. That's it. Go have a great summer. Thank you. Geez, I practiced that.